All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for Week 5. Game 1, matchup between the Balboa Pandas and the Cardiff Stingrays. Last week was a tight matchup between the Balboa Pandas and the Leucadia Longboarders. Longboarders victorious 3-2 in a game that came down to the wire during regulation. Meanwhile, completely on the flip side, could not be more polar opposite, was the Stingrays matchup with the Escondido Rhinos. Blowing the doors off the Escondido Rhinos, potting about a dozen goals. I believe it was a -8 differential for the Rhinos. Missing several key players. Noe Santos, among them Pasha Bucharov, not present for that team in that particular week. But they're going to be at a much better strength this week. A number of players are returning. So I'll be anxious to go and see how that game pans out at 8:30. But number of players that were out last week that are making reappearances for tonight. Josh Morrison among them. Good to see him back. Rory Herman back from his wedding. Congratulations to him. Starting off strong, we have the Balboa Pandas getting control of the puck. That's Rory Herman working his way down the left. Shot on Matt Malo, making his first start in a long time. I believe he started week 1. Has not seen action since, with Brandon Biggs-Jones manning the crease. First big save for him. Face-off one back for the Pandas. Morrison to retrieve. Hot pursuit. Wes Langlow chasing him down. Morrison dropping the puck behind the net. Herman back to pick it up. Trying to make a move around Langlow. Dangerous play there. Stefan in deep to retrieve. Stingrays cycle the puck. Lewis back for it. 16:09 here in the first period. Outlet pass here to Hamilton. Stepping up is Farwell. Sticks in lane. Pandas get control again. Farwell to Herman. Herman cutting across the middle. Stepping around Stefan. Trying to go and get a shot on goal. That goes wide. Just past the pad of Malo. Farwell forechecking in the corner. Stingrays, Pandas still battling for it. Herman goes down. Throws a stick. He gets loose. Throws the puck across. Shot by Ridout, goes wide. Morrison back for the puck. Makes an attempt around Lewis. Langlow has an opportunity here. 3-on-1 Stingrays. They lose control of the puck. Holsheimer makes the save. Puck is deflected out. Lewis tries to send it back. I believe a Stingray gets in the way of that. Wise, rolling puck, looking to settle as the Stingrays finish their change. Efforts coming onto the ring for the first time. Loses the puck on the wall.
Great
Ridout on
Bailey
the left.
Ridout there.
You can count on him for one of those sneaky plays, at least a couple of times a game. Puck is lost there in the slot. Outlet pass from Kubani to Wise. Wise jetting on the left. Great defensive play there. Making that stop is Herman. Stingrays trying to maintain control. They throw it to the corner. Efforts. Intended recipient of that pass, but Erickson snags it. Handed off to Moffitt. He gets stymied by Efforts. Wise battling for it. No one really controlling it quite yet. Into the Pandas corner. Working around the referee there. Our top flight officiating crew. Glad to have them out. Sneaky shot goes off the shoulder pad of Malo. He stays frosty, makes the save. Grover back for it. Good to see him. Pandas go off for a change. Not liking what he sees, hands it off to Efforts. Efforts, not having anyone to pass to here. Takes his time here with Kubani.
And this is something that the Stingrays do real well. They support each other. You can see even in the defensive zone, just supporting each other real well, finding good outlet passes and good timing with the puck. Good overall support as a team.
Puck is sent into the Pandas zone. Stingray still controlling. That's Kubani here. Matching him is Arjamond. Arjamond forechecking. Kubani slams on the brakes, goes the other way. Drops it off for Wise.
Great support.
I misspoke. That was Grover out to Wise. Grover to Logan Wise, who has a shot on goal, but that goes wide. Efforts cycling the puck. On the point is Grover. Efforts circles the wagons. Bouncing puck goes off the toe. Erickson forechecking. Stingrays maintain control, though. Getting a head full of steam is Wise. Toe drag, getting around Arjamond. Losing an edge, he goes down. Stingrays regroup, send it back out to Gubani. 12:56 here in the first period. That's a one-timer. Holsheimer getting in the way of that. Puck misses the net regardless. Battle still behind the Pandas zone. Behind their net, puck sent out to Erickson. Running it down is Grover. Behind his own net, puck lost on the wall. Efforts back for it. Long range pass. Morrison getting in the way of that opportunity for the Stingrays. High shot, glove down by Malo.
The Pandas are going to want to establish a stronger forecheck here to pressure the Stingrays, because the Stingrays, I would say, Josh, they absolutely, week in, week out, have been the strongest team from a puck control perspective.
That's Ridout behind the goal line. Malo staying frosty. Pandas decide to go and send it back out to Morrison. Morrison crisscrossing with Herman. That's Johnny Quirk. Forechecking, he mixes it up. Puck is just left there. Nobody wants it. Herman makes a wide arc and goes back and gets it again. That is a heck of a shot going over the shoulder, glove side for Malo, putting the Pandas up 1-0. Howitzer of a shot by Herman. Let's take a look at the replay here.
Definitely a little bit of confusion on the defensive side of things between John Quirk and Matt Hamilton. No one wanted to pick up that puck or knew who was going to be picking up that puck, and clearly it led to a costly turnover Pandas capitalized on. A goal from Herman, assisted by Morrison, two names that we didn't have in the lineup last week. So I'm sure the Pandas appreciate having them back in the lineup.
Absolutely. Herman is one of those deadly shooters. If you give him time and space at any sort of lane, he will take advantage of that. He's too strong on the puck not to go and take an effective shot. Yeah. Herman, as we were just talking, goes down on that play, but Pandas maintain control, send it back out to Ridout. Rolling puck, Langlo not letting him off the hook. Trying to step around Chad Lewis, giving him the business with the stick work there. Ridout hangs onto it. Looking for a buddy to go and pass it to. No Pandas open. Farwell back for it. Chasing him down is Stefan. Puck arced out by Herman. Farwell grabbing it. That was a nice little pass there to an area of the rink, and Farwell was privy enough to what Herman was doing to go and pick up on that. Puck sent into the Pandas corner. Pandas get it back. Herman has Ridout up ahead, trying to make a move around Grover. Off the blocker side of Malo. He makes the save, glancing it out. Grover looking at his Stingrays options here. Miscommunication. Ridout sends it to the slot. Herman with the one-timer. Quick shot goes low on Malo, putting the Pandas up 2-0.
Again, another key example of the Pandas being opportunistic on a transition play. Just a turnover by the Stingrays low in their zone, and a costly turnover again leads directly to a Rory Herman goal.
That was just a clean pass, great finish by Herman. Again, that wicked release that he has, that quick shot that he's able to get off. Well done by him.
And we know the Pandas are going to want to... Oh!
My goodness!
Laying it on.
I think the Stingrays are going to want to regroup here. That was a nifty behind-the-back pass. Take a look at the replay here. We're going to see if we get enough footage from that clip. That was Morrison on the right, or was that Moffitt?
And Quincy Moffitt. Yeah, Quincy Moffitt with the crafty pass.
Stepped around the Stingrays defender, held on to it until he was on the goal line, behind the back pass, and I believe that was Erickson that was on the doorstep ready for it.
Absolutely.
Back-to-back goals, putting the Pandas up 3-0. That's the Stingrays with the rolling puck, trying to settle it. Wise on the point. Pandas feeling good about themselves being up 3-0, despite not really controlling the puck for that much of the game, but they have made the most of their opportunities.
Yeah, if you're the Stingrays, you want to just stick to your game plan and figure that the goals will come if you continue to maintain possession of the puck. Their game is all about puck possession and puck support. So hopefully they don't collapse down 3-0 and make this a game coming down the stretch of the first period here.
Pandas finished their change. Malo making an excellent split save there, the previous sequence. Outlet pass here to Kubani. Pass up ahead. Wise trying to tip. Goes just wide. Arjamont slamming on the brakes from the Pandas corner. Outlet pass to Farwell. Excellent positioning by him. Takes a screenshot off the blocker of Malo. Glances out into the safety netting.
Yeah, we knew that one of the keys for the Pandas was going to be to take away the opponent's space in their offensive zone on a strong forecheck, and they've done a really good job of that thus far, creating a havoc for the Stingrays in their own defensive zone. It's led to a couple of turnovers and a couple of quick goals.
Face-off won by the Stingrays. Puck sent out. Hessling running it down. Gets to it first. Looks to center it. Hanging onto it. Sent back out to Hamilton. Hamilton controlling it for the Stingrays. Along the boards to Lewis. Doesn't like the pressure that he got from Farwell, so he sends it right back. Hamilton breaking it out himself under duress. Rolling puck. Tries to step around Ridout, just runs out of room.
Another strong example of pressure from the Pandas in the Stingrays' defensive zone.
Big shot by the Pandas, sails over the net, battling for the puck in the corner. Stingrays still don't have control. Sent back out to Herman, but that's intercepted by Lewis. Looking to go and make a move. Shot on goal. Saved by Holzheimer. Herman gets it back. Bouncing puck. Farwell trying to control. Makes his move. Saved by Malo. Pushed out to the side there. Hamilton grabs it. Stretch pass. Quirk grabs the puck. High shot. Glove down by Holzheimer. Puck still loose. Behind the Pandas goal. Makes his move. Gets around Quirk. Still working hard for it. No one really possessing it yet. Sent out. High slot. Hamilton. Plays patty cake here with Chad Lewis. Farwell being aggressive, making his move. He gets the puck, has Ridout in the high slot. Looks at that wraparound. That gets paddled out by Malo. Hessling on the right. Nice little yellow bucket there he's got. High shot. I believe that is kept out, melted down by Holzheimer.
Speaking of Hessling's yellow bucket, there are a couple of people standing out this game for their buckets. You got Dallas Hessling with the yellow bucket, and then another week of Jofa, exhibition here from Almeida.
The Jofa bucket makes another appearance. Who was it on last week?
Reed.
It was on Reed Kinsey. That's right. That's too funny because he had a helmet mishap. I believe he didn't have a lot of his gear with him. It just got left behind and went to the lost and found and wound up with a few gems. Arjamon feigning the crisscross, the drop pass, opts for the shot from the high slot. That's saved by Malo.
Nice job by Arjamon to get to the center of the rink, though, to reach that shot. Shot it right from the breadbasket, but...
Grover gets the puck. Long range pass. Wise. That gets a stick check from Herman. He keeps it out. Herman looking at Arjabon. Nifty move around Grover. Leg pad save by Malo. Stopping the short side shot. Stretch pass to Wise. I'm sorry, Langlo. Holsheimer with the stick check. Keeps it out. Steffen settles the puck here for the Stingrays. Grover to Wise. Wise holding on to it. In deep. To Grover. Grover looking for that shot. Sticks in lane. Keep that from making it all the way to the net. That gets sent back. Langlo back for it. 5:32 here in the first period. Stingrays look to break it out. Steffen in deep. Settling that puck. Bouncing. Stays in bounds though. Langlo. Dipsy doodling. Arjamon defending. Quick shot. Glove side. Looks like that tipped off the mitt of Holsheimer. Wise. Crisscrossing with Grover on the left. Circles behind the Pandas goal. Hanging on to it. The Stingrays are in no rush to go and make a move. This is their bread and butter, is just controlling it. Langlo from the right. I believe that gets blocked out.
Excellent.
That's a finish by the Stingrays, putting them on the board here at 4:44 in the first period.
And as you noted, Josh, that is the Stingrays' game, bread and butter, controlling it, cycling it in the offensive zone there, finding an optimal scoring opportunity, and that's exactly what they end up getting.
That was unfortunate here with the camera switch. We got him right in between of when I was going from the red line camera to the goal line camera. Stingrays finally on the board. That's got to feel good. That's some solace for all of their efforts with controlling the puck so far to show up on the score sheet finally. Efforts breaks the puck out. Cross ice pass to Kubani. That was a nifty pass there. If he had been able to thread that through to Efforts, that would have been an excellent opportunity. Lewis looking for that tip shot. Still loose. Herman back for it. Puck sent back out to the Stingrays as they look to regroup. Wise stepping around. He gets through Farwell. Wise flying through the middle. Puck dropped. Pandas get it. Ridout back for it. Stingrays finish their change. Ridout on the right. High shot. Sails over the net. Wise back for it. Wise is everywhere, it seems. Pandas trying to go and throttle Wise. He gets loose. Trying to make a move. Isn't able to control the puck. Holsheimer with a poke check. That helps the Pandas regain control. Pass out to Herman, making his move around Wise. Toe drag, falls, no call on the play, it seems. Kubani streaking, Ridout defending, goes for the step, saved by Holsheimer. Farwell drops it off for Morrison. Morrison, forward pass. Herman grabbing it. Tries to go and drop it back for Morrison. Miscommunication there. Grover going the other way. Has Efforts high slot, looking for that glove side opening. Holsheimer cuts the angle off. Pandas finish their change. Forward pass here. Morrison shot through traffic. Looks like Kubani got a little piece of that. Sending that puck wide. Farwell battling Wise for that puck. Wise emerges with it. Wise going 1-on-4 seemingly. Not making a difference to him whether he has numbers or not. That's a pick set by Moffitt. Farwell looking, feigns the shot, sends it to Ridout. He puts it over to the net. Stingrays regain control. Efforts behind the net. with 2 other Stingrays. Kubani up ahead. Sent up ahead. Grover with the puck. Quick shot. Stays out. Goes wide. Ridout to retrieve. Both teams finish changing. Ridout has numbers. Erickson on the doorstep. Rolling puck. That goes through the legs of Malo. Outstanding effort by the Pandas with their entry into the zone. Take a look at the replay here, Gabe. Settles a rolling puck. Managed to get through all that traffic and put it in. Not that any of you would know this, but the puck was just sent out of bounds, and had this gate not been here, definitely would have hit me, but I still jumped like the gate wasn't here. Scared me there. Faceoff goes back to the middle. Hessling sends it back for the Stingrays. Lewis to Hamilton. 1:14 here in the first period. Hamilton loses control of the puck, catching an edge. Lewis saves the day. Maintains control for the Stingrays. I believe that puck was tipped out of bounds. Faceoff will be inside the Pandas zone to the left of Holsheimer. Gabe, what are you seeing here with how the game has panned out so far? The Stingrays have done such a good job of controlling the puck, but their efforts are not showing up on the scoreboard at this time. What do the Stingrays need to do differently?
The Stingrays need to continue playing their game, but they do need to communicate a little bit more. There have been a couple of situations where they've had some mishaps, just unsure of who's going to pick up the puck, and it's been leading to costly turnovers. But ultimately, they've got a strong identity as a team that controls the puck, and if they continue with that, they'll find their opportunities. They just need to not lose their composure here, down a few goals.
That's an outlet pass from Hamilton. He makes a good defensive stop. Quirk on the left, puck rolling. Herman back for it. Sent out to Erickson. Arjamon grabs the puck. Sauce pass. Erickson going one-on-one here with Hamilton. Tries to pull it across. Hamilton stands tall. Hamilton, Lewis almost colliding. Avoid disaster. Hessling making his move. As time expires here in the first period, we have Balboa Pandas 4, Cardiff Stingrays 1. Folks, we're going to go to intermission. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back live here. 5 seconds shaved off of the clock. Pandas up 4-1. Morrison has a shot. Malo says no. I like the Corey Perry's nut. That's a heck of a username. They need to put the puck in the net. They're not wrong. That is the key for the Stingrays to get back in this game. If they score more goals than the Pandas, then the Stingrays will be back in this game, objectively. Langlo sends a puck up ahead for Wise. Short breakaway. That's a poke check from Holsheimer.
Oh.
Puck up on edge.
Oh, it's a crafty move
Sending it to the slot. Holsheimer melts it down. Now, while Langlo has only shown up on the score sheet once, same as the Stingrays, that was a great play by him to maintain pressure here in the Pandas zone. Wes is one of those impact players that you want on your team.
Nice seeing both Wes and Logan Wise working together, having some urgency, knowing that they want to get the next one on the board.
Absolutely. That's something historically, when you look at the score sheets, they have not jived at the same time. So that is good to see them working together. Excellent pass by Logan Wise to Langlo. Speak of the devil, just as we're talking about that, they go and pot one, making it happen, putting the Stingrays on the board for the second time. Langlo and Wise connecting for that goal. Take a look at this replay here.
It's almost like we saw that coming as it was happening.
Narrowing the gap by 2 goals. Getting blanked 0-3 in the first period, making it 2-4.
And nice to see. Ooh. So just a terrific shift with Langlo and Wise out there. Let's see if the Stingrays can continue that momentum out that they're off the rink.
I don't know if you hear Jaws music, but I just saw Jimmy Becker make his appearance for the first time this game, making a late entry into this match. But that's like that boss music whenever you're playing a video game. You get to that next level, it's like, oh no, what's behind that door? Jimmy Becker, he's now in this game. Good to see him and his smiling face.
And if the Pandas want to continue to maintain pressure, they're going to need to have some of that Jimmy Becker-style offensive zone forecheck.
That was a fantastic pass by Lewis, trying to thread it through to Hamilton, just out of reach for him. Kubani keeps it on the wall, in the corner. Efforts, throws it back out. That's a line change. They avoided too many men penalty. Sent back for the Stingrays. Outlet pass. Lewis, miscommunication there. Erickson getting to it first. Efforts trying to go and take a whack at it. Pandas maintain control. Kubani chasing down Erickson. Becker looking to go and corral things, circle the wagons for the Pandas. Erickson drops it. Wise snags it. Wise starting up his engine. Decides against it. Resets with the Stingrays. Gradually working his way into the zone. Fancy footwork there by Wise as he sends it in deep. Grover looking for the tip. No such luck. Still working hard. Stingrays battling. They go and put one in. 3-4 Stingrays.
Nice attack to the net by Jason Efforts there. He had this tenacity like he just would not be denied there, right there on the goal line. Just a nice power move right to the front of the net. Scoring the dirty goals from the dirty areas. Love to see that.
No, fantastic play by the Stingrays. Like you said, Gabe, they're sticking to their game. They know who they are, and they've really not deviated from that, and now it's starting to pay off. I think the only thing that has changed is they're crashing the net a little bit harder, being a little bit crisper with their close quarters passes.
Logan Wise getting mowed over there by Quincy Moffitt.
Grover trying to throw Farwell off the sin as he chases him down. Grover with a lot of speed getting over that blue line area. Throws it on goal. Puck still loose. Farwell grabs the puck. 3 Stingrays on the wall there to retrieve. Quirk is there first. Keeps it on the wall. Cycles it. Grover back for it.
The Stingrays have all the momentum now.
Spin move by Wise, toe drag, trying to jump over the stick. Runs out of luck as Ridout makes his move on Grover, gets it through his legs, frozen by Malo.
Saw Rory Herman give an extra little push to Logan Wise on the end of last play. Something that we'll want to see from Rory and the Pandas, making sure that they're using that physicality to pester Logan Wise, extra skilled player. But the Pandas definitely have the size advantage.
Stingrays making the most of this space here, using their larger size in close quarters to control the puck here. Langlo back to Lewis. They didn't get a shot on goal there, but they looked good here, holding on to the puck, not turning it over. Lewis setting up shop behind the Stingrays' goal. To Hamilton on the left, looking to make a move on Herman, opts for the shot instead. Holsheimer melts it down. Face off one, Arjamon retrieves. Morrison sets up shop. Becker, little give and go. Bouncing puck. Morrison jetting forward, gets the puck first. Looking to center it, Erickson on the doorstep, wasn't quite ready for it. Morrison on the wall, Langlo chasing him down. Puck sent back in. Becker getting rattled a little bit. Hope he's okay. May have been a stick to the face there. Gabe, did you see?
Did not. Thought it was just a spritz of sweat from his arm as he tried to glove down that puck.
Could have been. Pass from Hamilton to Langlo. Their connection showing up again here in the game. Puck deflected out. That's one of those nice little built-in chemistry moments because Wes and Matt have been an item for multiple teams. It's a nice piece of chemistry that's carried over from last season to this season. 11:59 here in the second period, 3-4. Pandas up. Face off one back. Grover for the puck. Stingrays finish their change as Grover charges forward, trying to go and delay until he can get another buddy in the zone there with him. Kubani was there on the doorstep. Puck was fluttering. Morrison stumbles. No call on the play. Efforts grabs a bouncing puck. Circling in as Pandas finish their change. Efforts shot from the right. Glancing puck. Kubani running back for it. Both teams finish their change as Stingrays circle the wagons. Kubani on the wall for Grover. Wise up ahead. Makes his move on Herman. Herman defending, blocker save by Holsheimer. Stingray still cycling. Kubani has Wise in the center.
Delayed penalty
Herman
here.
making a defensive play, but I believe that might cost him. We're going to see who the call is on and what exactly the call is. We're going to take a look at the replay and see if we can catch it here in this sequence. Looks like that's where the call was on Erickson tripping up efforts. 10:58 here in the second period. That's going to be a 90-second break here in the sin bin for Erickson.
Big opportunity here for the Stingrays to see if they can tie it up on the man advantage.
Face-off, one forward by Becker. Herman back for it. Still battling in the corner. Kubani settles it. Langlo back on the points. Stingrays running a diamond formation. Grover on the point. Langlo on the left. Kubani on the right. Efforts down low. Grover deliberating. Takes a shot. Becker off his shin pads. Over to Langlo. Holding. Shot. Goes out of bounds.
Good possession, but no clear shots on net yet on this power play. Interesting, they do not have Logan Wise out there on the power play unit, although they do have a good 4.
I know historically when we've played with Joe, having him down low, he's a bulldog in front of the net. He's capitalized on a lot of opportunities down low. Equally good shot. Big fan of playing Joe essentially anywhere on the rink. He's one of those Swiss Army knives you can play. Stingrays trying to go and settle the puck. Both teams frantic. Grover with the long-range shot from the high slot, getting it past Holsheimer on his glove side, evening it up 4-4 here at 10 minutes and 6 seconds. There were only 39 seconds remaining on that penalty kill for the Pandas, but they're not able to hang on. Take a look at this replay.
Not just a nice rip by Colton Grover there in the high slot area. And that's someone who you love to see get on the board for the Stingrays, and if you're a Stingrays fan, because he has got an absolute rocket of a shot, and he plays with so much confidence once he starts to score.
Grover is a shooter's shooter. I wish he shot the puck more.
Well, once he starts scoring, he certainly does. When he plays with confidence, he starts to shoot more, and when you shoot more, good things happen. So that's a good sign for the Stingrays.
Moffitt sending it out to Ridout. Herman back on the point. Farwell up ahead, looking for that shot through traffic. Save by Malo, I believe, that glanced off his leg pad. Pandas from the corner. Send it back to Ridout.
Herman really just kind of lumbering straight through some defensemen there, making his way to the center of the rink.
That is something he can do. Not every player can do that. Puck was loose, wide open opportunity.
That?
Farwell fanning on the puck. We'll take a look at that replay here in a second. Hamilton weaving through traffic. Stingrays looking to make something out of absolutely nothing there. Fade shot by Quirk. Puck sent back out to Hamilton. Hamilton chip pass to Lewis. Rolls over his stick as Ridout takes advantage of this opportunity. Pandas in deep, streaking. Ridout rolling puck. Nobody controlling it quite yet. Shot goes past Malo. Farwell takes another shot at an open net. This time a defenseman steps in the way of it. Hessling getting in the way of Herman, but he's able to go and grab that puck. Herman taking his time, going wide from the left. Short side shot, still loose in front. Squirts back out. Ridout gets the puck, sends it in deep to Herman, looking across. Stingrays finish their change. Herman muscling his way through into the slot, pulling it wide. Malo stands tall, freezing that puck, preventing any further damage.
Pretty dominant shift there from Rory Herman on a number of occasions, just using his, as you noted, his muscles and just using his strength to just kind of bulldoze his way to prime scoring opportunities. Nice dominant shift by him.
And that style of play is not something that every player can do, but he does it, and it walks the line between being finesse and being a power forward. I think he does that effectively. He's a great shooter.
He might be a little bit more effective, I would say, when he is using a little bit more power than the finesse, and I think that showed off on that last shift.
Puck rings off the post on a shot by Logan Wise. Holsheimer, I don't know that he even saw the puck, wasn't quite ready for it. Morrison battling Wise for that puck.
Good.
Still rolling. Wise, toe drag in his skates, maintains control. Gets it over to Stefan. Puck still loose. Wise gets back in the mix. Grabs the puck, circling back around. Stick by Morrison. Sends it up ahead to Arjamon. 1-on-1 here with Grover. Has an opportunity. Throws it on goal. Past the pad of Malo. Arjamon back into the corner. Centers it. Morrison, loose puck. Melted down by Malo. Let's take a look at the sequence here. Arjamon going 1-on-1 with Grover. Holds onto it for just a beat too long, I think, and goes past the net on Malo.
Kind of the rare defensive zone breakdown in that sense from the Stingrays. You know, we've seen a couple of just errant passes from them, but they just completely lost coverage there on that man in the slot. Nice save by Malo to bail out his team there. Wise
also muscling his way through. I think that's a player that we don't talk about utilizing his size enough.
You don't think so? I think we mentioned how he uses his body so effectively almost every time he plays.
It's impressive.
It sure is. Can continue to say it, but I think we do shine those praises.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I won't beat a dead horse then.
Yeah, we love
Langlow
horses.
Streaking through the middle. Wise setting to pick. Screenshot! Rolls
in.
Over the goal line. Holsheimer making that initial save. Thought he had it tied up in his pads. I believe that went over glove side.
It looked like it squeaked. I wanted to say blocker side. But let's take a look at this. I would say squeeze between the above the pad and below the blocker. Couldn't just squeeze the arm. Tough to say in the replay there, but one way or another, that is Langlow's third goal of the night. Really having himself a game.
Shoot or shoot. Shoot or shoot. Efforts slamming on the brakes. Puck sent out to Hamilton. We got a question here from Olroy Jenkins. So it goes to 3v3 OT, and if there is still a tie, then we go to a shootout. Good question. Becker being chased down by Kubani. Keeps it on the wall for Herman as he cycles. Lewis up ahead. Pressuring Herman. And not letting him off easy. Lewis chasing him down with those new rink rat wheels that he has. Herman going coast to coast. Throws it to the center. No Pandas were home on the doorstep. Efforts jetting the other way. Has Kubani in the slot. Looking for that tip-in shot. Glances off his skates. Becker has Herman up ahead. Going 2-on-2. Becker crossing with Herman. Herman shot. Beats Malo glove side.
Excellent play there by Jimmy Becker to cross and communicate with his teammate Rory Herman. Let him know that he was crossing and would leave the puck for him. You can see that communication in play as they came down the rink. Gave himself time and space to his teammate who capitalized on that opening. Great play.
It would have been a bummer if Herman, after going coast to coast the previous shift, attempts to go and make a play towards the net again, gets stymied twice. But they capitalize on the second time that they try it. Wise making his move. Moffitt getting in the way of that. Ridout picks up the puck. Has Farwell on his right. Herman on his left. Throws it over to Herman. Herman from the left. Quick shot. Puck still loose. Malo manages to go and get a blocker on that. Freezes the puck.
So anyone's game. And interestingly, each team's respective captain has a hat trick in this one.
Wow, no way.
Wes Langlow and
Good
Roy
stat
Herman.
there.
Good
is that
stat.
are you writing these stats down, or is this all in your brain?
It's in the brain right now, but
I'm jealous.
It'll go into the post-game article.
Nice.
It'll be cemented.
Face off to the right of Malo. Both teams still working hard for it. Hesseling takes a whack at it. Sent out. Moffitt stumbling. Herman gets the puck. Puck. Oh, what an errant shot that I believe just goes in. That's a floater. I just threw the puck at the net.
Love to see the replay on that one.
We'll take a look here. Moffitt stumbling on that. Herman swoops in and just takes a whack at it. I believe that just glances in. Very odd shot on goal.
That was an odd one for his fourth of the game.
Malo with the extra. Malo with the extra flash of the leather there on the glove save, stopping Herman.
Looks like a little bit of a compensation after that last goal.
Erickson on the faceoff. Quirk inside of the Stingrays zone. Hamilton out to Lewis. Long range pass. Hesseling just ahead of Moffitt. Puck sent back out. Quirk, high shot, goes over the glove of Holsheimer. Puck ends up on the back of the net. Play is blown dead. 4:32 here in the final period of this game.
You hear John Quirk yelling at himself about that one. He had all the time and space, shot it high and wide. Definitely want to take advantage of those opportunities when you have them, especially down by 1 goal with 4.5 minutes left.
And he's got a good shot, too.
He does. That's why he's beating himself up. Hopefully he gets another one of those opportunities.
Absolutely. He's good on faceoffs, too. He's a very frustrating person to take a faceoff against. Ridout slamming on the brakes. Crisscrossing. Langlow takes advantage of the miscommunication. Rips it on goal just past the blocker's side of Holsheimer. That's Morrison. 2-on-1. Glove down by Malo. Morrison taking an extra playful whack at it. I believe they're friends here on the rink. We're all friends here at the rink.
It's a very nice community here that we have got here, Escondido. Very inclusive, very welcoming. Love to see it.
Off screen right now, what you viewers probably don't know about is it is Triton's night. So we have our local youth travel team, coached by one of the EDL's own, Noe Santos and Andrew Day. Unfortunately, they are not able to be here with us this evening, but there are several other players who are involved in the Tritons program. Special shout out to Aaron Amos, who is the manager for that program. Multitude of age groups and teams that she helps manage. Commendable job by her. But we will be doing a shootout with these Tritons youth players at the conclusion of this game, involving many of the EDL players from this game, helping facilitate.
Oh!
That's a collision there with our referee. Lane looks like he's going to be okay.
Slow to
Morrison,
get up, though.
slow to get up.
Roy
Puck
Herman
is
checking
sent
on him,
in.
making sure he was okay. All looks
Absolutely.
good.
Ridout, short side shot, rings wide. Langlow takes a shot. Loose in front of the nets. Pepped out by Holsheimer. Outstanding goaltending by him. Puck is still loose. Rolling puck. Up on edge. Pandas trying to go and get possession back of this. Efforts. That's a shin pad block there by Herman. Opts to stay on the floor. Not going off for a change. Arjumon with the pass. Tip to Herman. Herman stepping around Grover. Puck still in deep. Arjumon centering. Stingrays get possession of the puck. Grover running forward, has efforts on the right. Wise in front. Puck sent wide, chipped back to the middle. Grover battling Arjumon. Grover still with it. Two Pandas go away and cut him off. Wise looking for the one-timer pass to Kubani. He settles it, rips it on goal, saved by Holsheimer, glove side. Ridout handles the puck. Has Erickson up ahead. Ridout looking for that sauce pass, going 2-on-2 here. Opts for the shot through traffic.
With under 2 minutes left, you want to think that maybe the Stingrays will be pulling the goalie soon.
That seems like the play. Malo at the edge of his crease initially. Puck sent out to Grover. Long range pass. Efforts looking for that tip in. 1:40 left here in the period. Lewis in deep with the puck.
Malo still in his net.
Centering. That's picked off by Arjumon. Pandas trying to settle it. Looking to go and get possession. Grover stepping forward. Centers it. Nobody home. Arjumon back for the puck. Challenging Lewis.
Going down to a minute left. Malo is still in his net.
Puck sent back to the slot. Grover trying to grab it around Moffitt. Moffitt bodies him down. Pulling it through his legs is Arjumon. Chaos in front of the net. Malo stands tall, melting that down. Just over a minute left. Timeout called by the Stingrays.
Good time to call a timeout. Might as well use it with just over a minute left in the regulation time. But it is an offensive zone draw for the Stingrays, and you'd like to get that next attacker out there to put as much pressure on the Pandas as possible.
This is going to be the order for the shootout.
Perfect. Yeah, if you can just make sure, Gabe, for the shootout, if they get in that order, that'd be perfect. And then let Dallas drop the pucks. Aaron will also be out there with you. Yeah, another comment here from Olroy Jenkins. It really is a Rory versus Wes game. That's how it's shaped up.
Well, on the
Both of
scoreboard,
them.
but we love hockey because it is a team game, okay? It is a team game. This is no basketball over here, okay?
Preach, Gabe,
Yeah.
preach. Face-off, one back by the Stingrays. Wise streaking, getting around Herman, trying to go and pull it through. Could have been a massive collision there with the goaltender, but they all managed to avoid
It is an empty net now.
catastrophe. 50 seconds remaining in the game. Stingrays back for it. ripping the pass up along the boards.
It's a delayed
Lewis
penalty.
in
They
deep.
wanted to put the... Yeah.
Puck is tipped out. 43.5 seconds left on the clock.
Stingrays teammates were calling for them to shoot it because there was a delayed call on the play. They want as much time with the two-man advantage as possible.
Going to the sin bin is Becker here with 43 seconds remaining. Minute 30 power play here in the expiring seconds of this game. Stingrays down. This is a massive opportunity here for them.
5-on-3, there's going to be a lot of space for them.
Face-off won by the Stingrays. Grover controlling the puck. Lewis to the right. Kubani in front. Langlo up top with the puck. Sent over to Grover. One-timer. Glove down. Puck is loose in the corner. Wise back out to Langlo. Langlo settling the puck. 23 seconds remaining in the game. Grover back to Langlo. Langlo, long-range shot, tipped out. Wise back to retrieve. Bodied out by Moffitt. Shot on goal, tipped wide. Lewis back for the puck. Sent over to Langlo. Rolling puck up on edge. Pandas batted out. 3 seconds.
That'll do it.
Expiring in this game. Herman seals the deal for the Pandas. 6-5. Huge emotional game here for the Pandas, laying it all on the line, playing an effective game.
Yeah, that was an entertaining one. Nice to see those games come down to the wire. Both teams playing with a lot of heart. And, of course, stellar performances from each team's respective captain.
Love to see it. All right, folks, we're going to go to intermission and stay tuned for the next game. We'll be back.